also have some olives we're going to put in there. We're just going to crush them by hand.
Okay.
We have a bay leaf, a little bit of dry basil, and dry oregano in there.
Love it.
All right, so this is essentially all the components that would normally go into a tomato sauce. All right, I think we're ready to flip. It's browned nice, beautiful. 1, 2, that bigger one is for me, just so you know. Take the meat out because we don't want to crowd the pan. We obviously won't be able to get all the sauce fixins in there with the steaks in there. So we're just going to lay the steak out. I'm going to add a little bit more oil in there.
And which is great because now you get the flavor of the meat mixed in with
Yes,
all of this deliciousness.
absolutely. Those are called souks in French. So now we're going to take all of our veg and get them in the pan. If this wasn't such a giant cutting board, I could just pick up the cutting board and put it in there. That's okay.
Love it.
All right, so these guys right in there. All right, we're gonna cook them for about 5-10 minutes till they just start to break down a little bit. We don't want to have too much color on them, right? Because like I said, we want them to stay nice and bright in there.
Yes.
We are going to add some olives. We could just crush those right in there. You could do that.
Right.
Crush them right in. Sometimes capers in there as well.
Now,
You could eat one
what
as
kind of
well.
olives are these?
These are Castel Verde olives.
Castel Verde.
Oh, they're so good. We are going to add the paste. I'm gonna let you do it. The paste, the bay leaf, and the dry herbs. You can use this guy. Oh, you were gonna do the knife. Oh my gosh.
I was gonna do the knife, you know.
All right. So get those in there.
Love it.
Good.
Well,
And
mix it.
mix it in
All right.
because we want to toast that tomato paste a little
Okay.
bit. All right, an old Italian grandma trick. Toast the tomato paste. Even though this is beautiful sweet tomato paste, you can also eat out of the can. All right.
true.
Perfect. 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 All right. Then we are going to add our fresh tomatoes right in there. We're going to deglaze with red wine. All right, so that's going to cook over a second. We're going to bring that up to a boil. We let the alcohol cook out. Then last but certainly not least, we are going to add the San Marzano tomatoes, all right, which are really good stuff. So again, we started with all high quality ingredients, so this doesn't have to cook for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
All right, so just like that, we'll flip it around. Bay leaf, don't forget our bay leaf.
Plop it in.
Plop it in. So we're gonna bring that up to a boil, and then we're gonna get the steak back in, right on
It's
top
going
there.
back in the
Steak.
bath.
Back in the pool, all
Back
the
in
kitties in the
there.
pool. All right, just like that. We're gonna cover it a little bit, just so it does its thing. All right, we could throw a little more wine in there if it seemed like it evaporated too quickly, but I think we are okay. And then we cover it, we turn it down to a simmer, and we let that cook for 20 minutes. I think we're probably right at about medium rare right now.
It smells so good in here.
So we're gonna take the steaks out, but before, we're gonna slice them up today. But before we do that, we have to let them rest. Like anytime you do any sort of meat, you have to let it rest for a little while before we do that. You know, because it's a special date night, we're gonna throw some shrimp in there too. Not the traditional, but these are jumbo shrimp, but they're gonna go right in at the end. They're gonna cook pretty quickly in the time that our steak is resting. All right, just like that. All right, so here's our risotto that we made earlier.
That looks delicious.
All right, so beautiful. Always use a wooden spoon when working with risotto. So we're just gonna take a little bit of the risotto right in the center there.
Look at that plating. Looks creamy and delicious.
It does, all right, so that's gonna go right over there. We are going to do a little bit of beautiful baby arugula. It's gonna go right there just to give us a little pop of green. All right, so I'm gonna cut up one of the steaks now. They've rested for a while. I'm gonna use the Santuco on that, and I'm just gonna do a slice right down there.
Love it.
Let me see. Yep, beautiful. Medium rare for us. And I'm not gonna cut both. Just gonna cut one, and then we can come back and have the other later.
Love it.
Just like that. Right on top of the risotto and baby arugula. Okay. So we're gonna put some of the sauce on top there, drizzle it over. The heat from the sauce is gonna start to wilt the arugula a little bit. All right, shrimp right on top of that. But see how it's all nice and chunky? It's not, it's almost a ragu. It's almost a saute. It's not a tomato sauce. It's not a marinara sauce.
Visually, I love looking at. To me, Italian meals is a whole medley of rainbows in there.
Absolutely.
You want some green, you want some red, you want some yellow, you want a little bit of everything, and this is what it is.
Yeah. And then just because there's not enough cheese in the risotto, a little more shaved Parmesan. All right, and there it is.
And there you go, guys. Love it. Looks delicious and beautiful. Do we want to try it?
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's try it.
Let's try it.